diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417, let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City C opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful, and I do mean this time wonderful, Monday afternoon to you, everyone. Thank you so very much for tuning in and staying with Real FM Radio 91.3 North and 91.5 for those of you joining us in the South. Simulcasting also on NBC Television, channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. And we're at the start of another week. We're at the start. Well, it's not really the start, but we have embarked on a new chapter, a new journey in St. Lucian pride and joy and greatness and all them kind of things, I'm beaming, Saturday I was actually crying, I'm not an emotional person like that, especially the tears of joy kind of thing. But we'll come to that in just a moment. But I'm sure this is a nation that is feeling good, with good reason, with great reason. We'll talk more about this. It has to be the conversation, I tell you. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, as I did. I didn't do much except, watching the TV all throughout the day, following the Olympics and so on, afraid that I will miss something. And what's something I was most afraid of missing? And I know there was a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. Seems like the season of the feel-good, but like everything else, there's always the killjoy moments. There's always the moments where, things rain on our parade and things look to bust our bubble, etc., etc. And I have to think and spare a thought for that lady who lost her life in the Vidbouteille section of the Sir Julian Hunt highway. Am I correct? Is that where it starts really? But on the highway, the Castries-Grosley highway, in the area of the BZ Junction and so on, and she was struck down on the road. Really. Pictures of it were going around. Not a pretty sight to behold. There was some argument over whether we should be posting pictures like that. There are others who believe that somehow the shock value of it might inspire us to take certain things more seriously. And I hate doing this when someone has lost their life and family, loved ones are struggling to come to terms with the loss, the very tragic way it happened, the unnatural death, this really has a certain quality of violence to it when somebody gets struck by a moving vehicle and so on. But it is something I have noticed for quite some time, almost as long as these pedestrian flyovers have been in place, and they have been there for quite some time. That area of the highway, the 4-lane highway, separated by median barriers and so on, a dual carriageway, is the one that has the most, if not all, of the pedestrian flyovers, barring, let's say, one which is further north in the Shock area, Shock Junction and so on. But we're talking about you have one in that BZ Junction where American Drywall Building is and so on. You have another one by the Castries Comprehensive School. And very close, relatively speaking, you have another one at the Sunny Acres Roundabout Junction and so on. Folks, I continuously see people, not many I must admit in terms of my own observation, but it really should be zero, who insist upon crossing the road without going through those pedestrian flyovers. Maybe they find it too time consuming. Maybe the ascent of the steps is taking too much time and energy for them. I do not know, but I cannot for the life of me see how it could be safer, how it could be something that is more a more appealing prospect for you to try to cross the road and jump over the median barriers when you have 2 lanes on either side, 4 lanes in total of traffic whizzing up and down. And I mean, some people drive relatively slowly, but even then, relative to a human being, even a vehicle driving at the legally mandated 30 miles an hour is still a tough prospect for you to beat in terms of beating it for speed and so on. I mean, Usain Bolt at his top speed, he was clocked at going at the equivalent of 28 miles an hour. Usain Bolt. So when you're talking about a vehicle going at 30 miles an hour, my friend, how many of us can move at the speed of Usain Bolt? How many of us can beat 30 miles an hour? And I can tell you, a lot of the vehicles, especially ones like the bus drivers and adventurous young men, they ain't going up and down that road at any 30 miles an hour. Worst of all, a driver, even one who is moderate in his driving speed and so on, will not expect it. It's not something you expect somebody. It happens, but it's not something you expect to see somebody darting across over the median barriers and across the dual carriageway. It happens, but there's so many things you have to keep your eyes on when you're driving. You want to change lanes, you have to see if somebody's going to give way to you when you indicate or if they push. You have to see the many things people are doing. They pass you on the side, but then they cut in front of you so sharply that if you don't at least lift your foot off the accelerator. So people, like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm reproaching the dead, like I'm rebuking the dead or castigating the dead, but it appears to me that this was a case of a pedestrian crossing the road without making use of that pedestrian flyover, which is right there in that exact spot. And unless you are incapacitated, in which state you really should have somebody assisting you, if it is to help you up by the hand or around the shoulder or with a wheelchair or whatever it is. In fact, maybe we need to make some modification to them to make them, somehow disabled friendly or whatever if they're not already. Please do not try this stunt about darting across the road on that dual carriageway. You may get away with it, and sometimes the reason why you're spoiled is because you've done it before and you got away with it, so you figure you can take the chance. The people who can probably take a chance, and even then they should not, are people who are in peak fitness, athletic kind of people, who can jump over it, who can time their run and so on, who have all their faculties working. They're not impaired in any way in the sense of their sight, their reaction time, this kind of thing. Maybe they can take a chance. They should not, according to the law, they should not. But ordinarily, we really shouldn't take the chance. You trip, you stumble, whatever, and there you get it. So, please, but once again, my condolences to the family, to the bereaved of that lady who lost her life there. It really should not have happened, honestly. It ought not to have happened. Folks, I have with me in studio a guest. No stranger to the real issues, but for some reason, she always seems to bring that element of excitement and enthusiasm when she's on the program. The call's not stopping. This fella Miguel may be about his business, but I know he always takes a pause once he knows she's on for him to call. So Terence Fenelon, so Bernard Haynes. No, Bernard, I'm not being fair to you. You always call anyway. But even before I introduce, if she needs an introduction, Senator Lisa Jawai, the communications director of the St. Lucia Labour Party, I want to just say something. I'm a politically engaged person, and politics is the province of arguments and debates and those things. So for me to come and pretend that I don't like an argument and a debate and a back and forth and so on, I'd be very hypocritical. But I find in our country we seem to love quarreling for its own sake. Like where there is no quarrel, we create one, and as if we can't enjoy ourselves, relax and enjoy ourselves, have fun, celebrate ourselves, celebrate our country, celebrate one another and so on. I'll tell you something, and I'm not joking about it. I'm watching this Olympics and nobody is moving me. Sometimes it's only when you get up and the gravity pull you that you realize how close you were to peeing on you and so on, because you don't want to leave and to go to the bathroom because you might miss a little something and so on, And that was one of my experiences there, saying, oh my goodness, am I incontinent? And I realized, no, I was holding my pee for so damn long, And I'm running and I'm thinking, if you see I hear anything there, I'm stopping the pee. I don't care whatever it is, if I have to mop it, and I'm going back and watch the TV and so on. But I managed to go through it and to watch Julian Alfred, both in the semi-final stage, where I said to myself, I wonder if Sha'Carri Richardson is holding back. Because this is not what I expected, even if Julian, dipped her in the semis, but that looked too easy. And then when I saw the final and I saw it was no fluke, it was no coincidence that Julian, as, the people in Antigua like to say, bang off Sha'Carri, in this kind of way, and bang off everybody else, easy like it was a Sunday morning. Done so well and so on. And I am like that, on my chair, watching the thing and pumping my arms on my side. And when she finally crossed the line, to my surprise, I'm feeling my eyes filling up. You see, Lord, I cry in my life, but distressing situations, things where the tears of joy thing, it don't normally, come to me and so on. So I decided to call the one person that I was in touch with. I won't tell you who it is, calling and say, man, you saw this, and then we're talking excitedly. And I said, man, I was watching the thing and I started to cry. He said, man, even as I'm talking to you, then my eyes are dripping, my eyes are wet and so on. I said, yes, my eyes filled up, and I said, oh Lord, this is how I really feel. And as I told you, this is a compatriot. This is St. Lucian wearing our national colors for the first time at the Olympics. We get a medal, and it's not to say we start at bronze so we can work our way up, It's like the very first time we get a medal is at the very pinnacle of medalhood. There's no word like that, It's at the very pinnacle, a gold, first time we get in a medal and so on. I and so many people beside ourselves. I start hearing noise in the neighborhood, but for some reason I don't know if it's people turn up their music and whatever. The electricity fluctuated and went off just at that time. People outside talking, saying, "Go on, but Lucy, like, just take the electricity." But I couldn't care about electricity at that time. Tell me what had to be done. But it's like everywhere I turn and people are celebrating, there's always somebody want to bring up a little quarrel about whether Twatine, should have been there and so on. And I'm saying, yeah, maybe, but is that what I want to be agonizing about and making noise about? Yeah, Twatine played a role in one. I have a son who represented St. Lucia, He didn't get medal, he represents St. Lucia at Commonwealth Games, at youth, whatever, how do you call it? It was youth world championships and Olympics and all of that. I have a son, and Twatine was his coach as well. He and his twin brother, the twin brother didn't go far in athletics, with him and so on. He represented St. Lucia. Twatine is a former schoolmate of mine, a couple of forms ahead of me, yes, as the age goes and so on. And we're good to this day and so on, and I'm always grateful. My son went to university in the United States, and, he had a wonderful coach at the university. He was in Texas and so on, who actually came down to meet us and get to know us. So suppose my son, when he had gone on his travels for St. Lucia and so on, he should have brought Twatine. Should they have brought his American coach, wonderful gentleman called Keith Barnier, and whoever else? Twatine played a role in Julian's younger and formative years. But what about the time she spent in Jamaica? Then the Jamaican coaches, whoever they were, at what school she went there and so on, should they have been brought, to Paris also because of the part that they played? And one might say the part they played could have been at a higher level, at a more sophisticated level. What about when she was in the United States at university, as in a college there and so on, Should they have brought the American coaches at the NCAA, who played a part in shaping her up with all their technological sophistication and so on? Again, I have nothing against it, but it's like, before we even properly celebrate, we're trying to find ways to start up a quarrel and a this and a that and so on. And all of a sudden, we hope that they'll put programs in place for athletes and so on. These things, they don't come overnight. Look at one of the key things is getting our stadium back. The government is working on that, my friend. And the mere fact that kind of support Julian got mean that the country, as with Laverne Spencer before her, that they were investing in her. We have very limited resources in terms of our GDP and those kind of things. And then on and again, I'm seeing somebody else who in times past was a sportsman. I wonder why he thought it necessary to come up with that. About he wants to let us know that this is Julian's accomplishment and it's not St. Lucia's accomplishment. I say, oh Lord, what's that about? What's the purpose of that? What's that meant to accomplish? To rain on St. Lucia's parade? To burst our bubble? To tell us, don't rejoice, this is Julian's thing and so on. Whenever athletes compete at the Olympics or the World Championships or the World Cup, Soccer World Cup, or they always do it for their country. In the case of West Indies and cricket, we are a collective country of many territories and so on. We come together, so our country is the West Indies and so on, We compete in our country's colors. We compete under our country's flag. When we get a medal, as Julian Alfred got, on the podium is our national anthem that plays. So it's our athlete, it's our representative. We have a right to feel. So what's this thing about telling us, like we are hip? Everybody now wants to call everybody a hypocrite. Now I agree, if people are lying, you have to refute it. You have to dementi them. I agree with that. Well, let's not make it so much about a quarrel about who did more and who gave more and who did this and who did that before we even have time to celebrate what it is. A St. Lucian athlete on her debut outing at the greatest spectacular of sports, athletics and so on has won not just a medal but a gold medal against some pretty tough competition. Exercise yon mwemili. All the demati and so on is important, but I am so happy that it has happened for us. And I'm happy for Dominica too, that we got gold in the triple jump, and any other Caribbean country. Jamaicans, performed so well. It's a pity that the Jamaican guy, he got by 5,000ths of a second, losing to Noah Lyles and so on, I mean, beautiful running. Can you imagine 100 meters, men's 100 meters, the slowest time in it, the fellow who came last, it was 9.91 seconds. All the fellows in that race, well below 10 seconds. I mean, that was blazing fast race and so on. The competitiveness of it, to see who we can get there. Enough of that. Lisa, I'm so sorry. I always say I'll not do it. And then I do it. Thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon and welcome once again to The Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Thank you so much. I am always very happy to be here to have a conversation with the listeners of Real FM and MBC and to share updates on what the SLP administration has been up to. Of course, Shelton, I can understand why you would have placed such great effort in explaining what has transpired over the last 24 to 48 hours where Julian Alfred is concerned, because it is not something we can keep inside. It is not something you can lock up. It's one of those emotions that you've been waiting to release for a long time and you've finally been able to release it. What has happened is the fact that St. Lucia has its first ever Olympic medal, and it is gold.
It is gold.
St. Lucia is now home to the fastest woman in the world, and that is Julian Alfred. St. Lucia, although some reporters, when Julian did her interviews, would agree that we are tiny, only 180,000 persons, but if we really reflect as a people and as a nation, you can't touch we. And I say that because it goes as far back as the two Nobel laureates whose work spans the Caribbean and the globe. And in the example of Sir Arthur Lewis, an entire block at London School of Economics named after him, his template for economic development used in Singapore, just greatness coming out of our country. And what made me so proud was when Julian said that she's just so elated and so proud and happy to wear her country's name across her chest. And I know times past there were discussions as to who will she represent? Will she represent the USA? Now everybody wants to take credit for what Julian Alfred is today. And I agree with them. I agree with the United States for promoting our sister Juju and saying that they did what they had to do in Texas at the school she went to. I agree with Jamaica for pushing that agenda as well and say that she studied there in Jamaica prior. I agree with everything where Coach Twatine is concerned. I agree with every single St. Lucian who believed that in some way or the other had some role to play in what she is today. Because you know what? She is not out there saying, no, that is not the case. She's accepting it and she's extremely humble about it. And you would have noticed, some would have noticed in one of her interviews where she paid tribute to Jamaica, for example, for the support given at the time. But at the end of the day, she's our girl.
Exactly.
She's a product of St. Lucia. I saw Dr. Ernest Hilaire jump in screaming, changing color.
I saw his face look like somebody who was crying, who couldn't contain his emotions too.
And I believe he did feel it.
Honestly, it's difficult to see that.
Shelton, yes, it's a win, but when we look at how we had to get here, it brings about a strong and a sensitive place of emotions. And we don't want to continue to go down the road of which administration did more.
That sometimes you're forced to have to set things right, to defend the truth. Truth is truth,
And sometimes you are forced to remind the people, but we remind you and we move on. So at this point, we know that Honorable Sean Edward feels vindicated. He gave at the time $150 monthly, US monthly, to support Julian Alfred. That was stopped by the United Workers' Party, and they investigated Honorable Sean Edward.
Minister's account
with their alleged minister's account. And that was a disaster because we put a young woman's life on hold for political for our own political devices. And the United Workers' Party cannot run away from the fact that they stopped the allocation to Julian Alfred.
But I had a claim that they stopped the 150, but they were giving her 1,500.
Now,
tell me about
at the point, I don't know where they're talking about, what they're talking about. All I see is all of a sudden, I don't know what her role is. I don't think she's the PRO, although she calls the stations and she does more PR than the actual PRO. But Miss Charles, I just see her, and the political leader of the United Workers' Party was on a radio station today defending their contributions. Listen, it's not about you.
And even adding a dimension, that the political leader of the UWP used to privately, like he was, giving money to Julian Alfred.
And they say that they didn't want to talk about that, but you're talking about it.
Exactly.
You're talking about it. So what is your point? What is your point? Shelton, we are here today because great things happen under Labour.
Yes.
Great things happen under Philip J. Pierre. Great things happen under SLP.
Right.
Look at record-breaking arrivals.
Let it be known that Sir Alfred won his Nobel Prize when the Labour Party was in office in 1979. Let it be known, so they can say their say. But
we say more? Because coming out of this tough economic time where we are able to put policies in place to cushion the blows following COVID and inflation and continuous rise in prices, we can safely say that the government has truly invested. And I will come to the part of youth development and Julian Alfred, but the government has invested in tourism, in ensuring that our GDP, because tourism made about almost 60 to 65% of our GDP, to ensure that we are back on our feet. So record-breaking arrivals for jazz, record-breaking arrivals for carnival, more participants than ever before. And when these influencers come to our country and say, they thought because St. Lucia Carnival is getting bigger and bigger, they thought it would have lost the feel, the taste, the culture, and they are telling you that they were proven to be wrong. They are continuously talking about how much we as a country have to offer, not just the lovely warm people, but the offerings not just in the north of the island or just in the hotels, but a community tourism that we've been working so hard towards to ensure that communities have unique offerings, our visitors have benefited. A+ for jazz, A+ for carnival. And then you have redevelopment of sports facilities. You have the refurbishment of the Mindo Phillip Park. And a few days ago, I went there and I noticed that an Indian coach, Sunil, I think was his name, was here with the cricketers, the national cricket team, doing a spin bowling coaching clinic. And he's the coach from India for the St. Lucia Kings.
Wow.
And he was in St. Lucia. And Coach John Eugene, the senior coach for the team, said that he also, this was an exchange program, so he went across to India. And we are seeing the development or the establishment of a cricket high performance center, batting cages, Shelton. Let me tell you, the fellas get paid to train. They get paid to come in there. That was done under Minister for Sports. That is done under Philip J. Pierre. Our first ever fully solar powered sports facility, that's current playing field, under Philip J. Pierre. Let me tell you, today, people were reminded of what the SLP has done for Julian. It didn't start today. It's not because Julian won a gold medal, she has a diplomatic passport. That was done last year. It's not because she won a gold medal, she was given an allocation of $250,000. That was already done by Honorable Philip J. Pierre. So the foresight, the effort.
The foresight also extended to giving her a diplomatic passport, representing that she is somebody who can and is representing St. Lucia, the face of St. Lucia.
And she is an ambassador
yes.
for our country. So all of these things have been done. And we do not give the youth economy the credit that it truly deserves, because sometimes these initiatives are launched and they do their own PR, they do their own communications, and we say, okay, a checkbox for the SLP, job well done, let us move on. These are things that we need to continuously be reminded of, because thousands of young persons' lives have been changed. And Shelton, I want to just spend 2 minutes on that.
Sure.
I have always been a strong advocate for youth development, but I want to caution our young people, and I had to learn this the hard way, young and fresh in politics, and you're feeling like you're a firecracker and you're coming because you're passionate, you want to talk. You have a reputation to uphold. That is yours, and the things that you do in politics or the things that you do and say in the public domain will always be there. So for somebody like me, I am very in tune with research and ensuring when I speak from a place of fact, Shelton. I go And before I come on and talk about an issue, I do some research, even basic. And I noted 2 young people, leaders from their communities, on a United Workers Party platform, bashing the youth economy. Now, that is their right if they believe so. Because a Calypsonian had a song that was not in favor of the youth economy. But our government doesn't operate in any way of bashing these people, because we believe it is your freedom to express yourself in song, in calypso, and that's what calypso is all about. He didn't feel the youth economy or initiatives were benefiting so and so, and he sang about it, and that is his role. But when we as young people come and we take a mic and we speaking to people, we need to operate from a position of facts. Every single place you Google the youth economy, and I said, okay, maybe this is not clear, and I went online and I searched youth economy, and even when you go on the youth economy website, the first thing it tells you is access to training, access to mentorship, access to marketing, and easier access to finance. These are the 4 things that you know when you speak of youth economy everywhere, from prime minister to ministers, myself, yourself. These are the 4 things: mentorship, finance, marketing, and mentorship, finance, marketing, and mentorship. And young people, well, this young individual in particular said that, but they just have this thing going on, and what about the mentorship? Is there a mentorship component? And I'm like, really? If you spent 1 second and Google youth economy St. Lucia, that is one of the first things you would see. Then another young person said, there's no UWP supporter who's been approved under the youth economy program. But, and we're not going to go there, because I do not care if you are Flub or Labour and you apply to youth economy. Nobody's going to look at you and say you're not going to get through. When this young man came out and did a testimonial, and he's a son of a former parliamentary representative for Grozile, who's a known UWP. Of course, he's a UWP operative because he has an executive position as the PRO. When his son comes out and speaks of how the youth economy is benefiting him, are you not aware that he himself has given that testimonial?
Why the contradiction?
So that is one thing we need to guard against. We need to be speaking into existence the positive things that are going to benefit not just myself, Shelton, or yourself, but our next generation. And on that is just, the little segue that we wanted to address there. So it's just a matter of caution for us to know that we need to speak from. And I'm not expecting you to be an expert on what the youth economy is about, but if you're going to talk about it or talk about anything, or even talk about me or talk about you,
that is, arm yourself with some basic research.
So you can now be seen as credible and not just saying things for saying sake. So the government continues to offer resources to youth and young people and the middle-aged, the elderly, etc. But because of the support for this generation and for young people, we are able to see so many things happening. Michael Joseph is not a name that we can ever forget. And I was so disappointed that when I went online and you would see some of the comments, let me tell you, it takes guts to constantly train and sacrifice every day after work, after school, going home, and you're on a strict regimen, and you are nervous about just competing in St. Lucia. You're nervous about competing regional or world champs, etc. And the pinnacle of it all, which is the Olympics. The fact that he qualified to participate in the Olympics is a win. Is a win for us. And we need to recognize him and congratulate him on his efforts. And I noted that the minister said, from now, he still has so many more years because the minister is a former athlete. And the minister says, this is excellent that you were able to get to that point. Right. So St. Lucians, we need to continue to rally and push our young people, because the things that we do, our actions, our words, can either make or break them, and they need our support.
Quite true. All right, folks, lots more coming on this program from Lisa Jawai, the Communications Director of the SLP, and from you when we do open the phone lines, but we're due for a commercial break. Let's take it, and we'll be right back.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with the real issues on this Monday. It is the 5th day of the month of August 2024, and something special is going to be happening today. I think it's 2:45 p.m. our time. The semi-final, the first semi-final, is going to feature once again. I mean, she blew her way through, the heats to make it to the semi-final. Today, the semi-final, we are hoping that she will also, and again, put on a dominant performance. And I'm telling you, I am counting on us having not just one, but 2 gold medals. That's what my expectation, my wish, my prayer, my desire, whatever you want to call it is. St. Lucia won Olympic gold through the hard work, persistence, focus, talent, etc. of Julian Alfred. The people of St. Lucia, from whom Julian comes, stand with her on the Olympic podium. Julian Alfred is the arrowhead. St. Lucia and the Caribbean is the bow. Thank you, Julian. Thanks to all who have supported her for many years in many ways. Julian is our St. Lucian first Olympic gold medalist. And now, Julian Alfred stands with Arthur Lewis and Derek Alton Walcott, who brought to St. Lucia Nobel gold. She brings Olympic gold, and from the premier track event, Walcott never separated St. Lucia and the Caribbean from his achievements. He wrote, "Moi c'est Jean cette ici, c'est là moi sorti, is there that I born." Julian is saying the same thing in her own way. Big up. All right? And the individual says, I can use these comments and give his name, and that is from Mr. John Robert Lee. He says, "We must stand up at times like these," and notes that she could well take the 200 also. Focused young woman, woman of faith too. And I replied to him, "Indeed, I really pray, hope, and look forward to that as well." And he says, "Yes, with Sherika out, she stands a good chance. The American Gabby Thomas is favorite. She beat Julian on the line the other day. Julian will be top ready today." That's the kind of optimism that I have, that Julian. All right. And then I suppose in response to what I said about, my eyes filling up, he said, "Correct. I was totally emotional. Shouts, tears, laughter, joy." There's another comment that comes, but I'm not sure if I have the permission to name the person. He says, "Hey Shelton, the sportsman who wrote that piece of it not being St. Lucia's never promoted St. Lucia or claimed to be St. Lucian when he was winning his world titles. So you shouldn't be surprised. And I think he's angry with St. Lucia for not lauding him more or recognizing those world achievements more. But he shouldn't be, because he did not regard himself as a product of St. Lucia at the time." I have no idea who you're talking about, sir, if you can believe that. Let's get back to Lisa Jawai, who's in studio with us today, the communications director of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party. She's also a senator in the upper house of St. Lucia's Parliament. And Lisa, you take it from where you left off.
Thank you, Shelton. So I'm really happy that we are able to celebrate Julian and her hard work. And it is so inspiring for up-and-coming athletes to see that they are not working in vain. Because yes, St. Lucia is a dot on the map, but definitely today we have become world-class, even greater than we were the day before Julian won. And so the fact that people can recognize us, know of us, they will be very curious as to what it is about St. Lucia and how did Julian get to where she is. So of course, encouragement to our athletes to always put your best foot forward. Shelton, we had some amazing announcements, and I tell you, good things always happen under Labour. Yes, we did talk about an excellent jazz and arts festival. We have spoken about a carnival experience like no other, surpassing the numbers of last year. We have the excellent work that Julian Alfred was able to achieve for her country, for herself, for her family, her friends, her loved ones. And we continue to work for the people of St. Lucia, because come August 25th, Sunday, August 25th, all roads would lead to the SAB. And the SAB is commonly known as the VG playing field. And I'm talking about a walk of progress. When people are walking, Shelton, oftentimes you think it is a march against or a protest against. But there comes a time when walking for something can still signify protest against something, but it can mean something different for you. That you are grateful, you want to show your appreciation to your parliamentary reps, you want to show your appreciation to the Prime Minister. You may not have directly benefited from an SLP administration program yet, but a family, friend, loved one, student, somebody you know has benefited. And you are just so proud, you want to express that, and you want to say thank you and show your support. We are inviting you to our walk of progress. Come walk with your Prime Minister, come walk with your parliamentary reps. Walk for the completion of St. Jude because Prime Minister said he would get it done. Walk to show your support for the increase that pensioners have now received. And it's not just because election is 2 years ago. 2 years away, thank you. Last year, we gave pensioners about, two sets of advances, allocations. It was $500 and then $600, and people came out and they said how grateful they were. And there was a beautiful video that I believe we need to continuously push out there that came out to show that. Yes. So Prime Minister, during his Emancipation Day address, did say and confirm that as of August 1st, 2024, what we knew or know as Emancipation Day, no government pensioner will receive less than $725. Shelton, why is that so significant? Because it is almost double what some people get paid right now in terms of their pensionable amount. No government pensioner will make less than $725. Then the Prime Minister said, I will not stop until I get the support of NIC to make some changes. And now, no pensioner or NIC pensioner in this country will make less than $500. And we are talking about 3,438 persons who will benefit from this.
All right.
This is going to be excellent. Shelton, we have the implementation of the minimum livable wage. So it's the minimum wage, which we should have implemented a long time ago, but again, happening under this Philip JP administration. And coincidentally, it is the livable wage recommended by the Minimum Wages Commission. Prime Minister has announced that as of October 1st, this will be implemented. We have a lot to celebrate, Shelton. We have a lot to be proud of. We have the launch of universal health coverage. We have the 80+ program. We have youth economy. We have MSME, and the list goes on, taking care of our students, paying CXC math and English, facilities fees. Yes, we saying the same things over because they continue to impact people's lives, and they were not just given at the beginning of the year. These are things and initiatives and blessings that are rolling over. So Shelton, the invitation is to everybody. You do not have to wear red. I will wear red. But you, Shelton, you can come in your blue shirt. Exactly. You can come in your yellow shirt. You can come in your black. Come with your placard and say what it is that you are grateful for. Or I am walking because of universal health coverage. I'm walking because we now have a minimum wage. I'm walking because my child has a laptop that I could not afford. And I'm telling you, Shelton, when I went around to some constituencies and I interviewed some people in their constituencies celebrating on Friday, July 26th, the anniversary of the SLP 3 years in office, people were literally ready to pull the mic from my hand, to speak to the mic, to say that they are happy with their parliamentary rep, they are happy with the government, and they didn't stop there. They are telling you, this is what I am happy about. If we are not showing up for the things that matter and for the things that are changing our lives, we may give the impression that it is not working. So I benefit, I get a little contract, I get a little something. Me, I want nobody to know. I don't have to put that on my placard, but I can just come and walk. That in itself signifies support, and it says that I know that these policies are changing somebody's life, and I want this to continue. Prime Minister says he wants no less than 15,000 persons. Shelton, let me tell you, it's going to be packed. And you can imagine that the mobilization has already been taking place in the constituencies. We've been meeting, we've had our annual general meetings. You know, Labour Party, we always organize, there's structure. AGMs, electing our executive, ensuring we have our SLPYO, our youth conference, and Saturday we did have the annual general meeting for the youth organization of the SLP. New executive was formed. Congratulations to you. And they are ready, they are excited, and they just can't wait to walk on August 25th. So the invitation is extended to you. It's extended to you, St. Lucia. Whatever your walk of life, you know, and I want to stress again, you do not have to wear red. But if you want to show support for one initiative that you believe has changed the lives of St. Lucians, come out and walk on August 25th.
Wonderful. It's interesting how most, if not all, of our name places are named after French dignitaries. Our capital is named after Marquis de Castries. We had to get our first gold from France. Hopefully, you can get some reparations as well, for our forefathers have worked hard to build up St. Lucia. So that's the link you're making into why we're getting our first Olympics medal is while we're in France. I don't think so, my friend. I think it's because of the cycle of the preparation. It coincided with that Olympics, and Julian has been preparing for quite some time. And I have to say, from the time that she to now, it's been very intense. I mean, it looks like there's been never any let up in that young lady's journey, in terms of whether it's been at school in St. Lucia, whether it's been in Jamaica, whether it's been in the States, it's like there's been that intense, you know, forward momentum for her, and then, you know, it has paid off and it has borne fruit, and this is the harvest of a very long cultivation that she has been through, and she's had the wit and the goodwill and the support and the applause and the cheering of her country behind her and so on. Like I said, you know, we focus on St. Lucia, but we have to say Julian's development was helped by the time she spent in Jamaica. Jamaican coaching contributed to her. In the time in the United States, American, you know, college coaching and whatever would have played a part and so on. So we have to look at this in its totality, but she's a St. Lucian. This is where she has a nativity. This is, you know, the land of her birth, the cradle of her early childhood and so on, where her navel is buried, etc. It is St. Lucia. Okay, so, Lisa, barring anything from you further for now, let's say that we can open the phone lines. The lines are open now for your calls, anything that you want to call and to talk about, but I know it's Julian Alfred season. It's Olympic season. Yadi, where are you? Don't tell me you're not listening to us, you know, in France. You know, Yadi, give us a call one of these days, you know, Yadi. By the way, folks, I'll be doing Zafenu tomorrow and Wednesday for Jaime, okay? So I'll be on Zafenu tomorrow and on Wednesday. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes. Can I get a line?
Yeah, you're on the line. You're live, yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yes. I just want to congratulate the people involved as far as Julian Alfred is concerned. This has been a long, long process, and one has to understand the effects of nature and nurture. In other words, what is happening here now has to be understood in its totality. Julian Alfred has, I will tell you, some genetic traits that came from her grandfather. Her grandfather is a gentleman by the name of Michael, and his nickname was Julian.
Julian, okay.
That's why she has the name Julian.
Okay.
Julian,
okay.
Who was a great sportsman of St. Lucia. When he was at St. Mary's College, he was excellent at both the 100 and 200 yards in those days. And he was also a national cricketer, footballer, coach, mentor, referee. So, and if you see her build, her muscular build is exactly like this man.
Is he still alive?
No, he died some time ago.
Okay, all right.
He used to live at Cicero.
Okay.
So that is the basis of Alfred. having had that genetic makeup from Julian, she now was nurtured, and we have to congratulate Twatine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who identified her potential and gave her early coaching. And from there, the fact that she was sent to Jamaica, and then we have particularly to agree, whether you are red, blue, green, or whatever, that it was the people from the St. Lucia Labour Party, and the Labour Party has to be given its due honor as well, to take that child, send her to Jamaica, all right, to get the training, because we knew Jamaica had all the attributes for young people training in Jamaica. And what happened afterwards, going to the United States, to marry Texas, etc., etc., and that is the product that came out. So it is a very, very long process which we have to appreciate, and we have to give the people who at various points, like Twatine, we also have to give the St. Lucia Labour Party by providing the necessary support to the point where a minister, one of our ministers, was kind of degraded and tried to make a mockery out of him. I'm referring to
Sean Edward.
Sean, all right, who persisted and gave the necessary financial support to the child. And that is the result that we have today. So I want to make it very clear to all St. Lucians that we must regard the whole process by which this child came about. Okay? Of course, we also need to understand too that this is not the first time that we have had people of international stature. Whether you like it or not, whether you like Rick Wayne or not, Rick Wayne was a man of international stature, all right, who opened the door to the world, and she's now entering the world. We have to recognize all those things. Thank you very much indeed,
all right,
for that opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
No, we okay. What do you think though of Rick Wayne writing something to the effect that he wants to make it clear that Julian's accomplishment is hers and not St. Lucia's? Why do you think
what?
Rick Wayne wrote something on Facebook to the effect that he wants to make it clear that Julian's accomplishment is hers and not St. Lucia's? Why do you think he would feel the need to write that?
No. He's not correct on that on that point at all. It is both her honor as well as St. Lucia's honor, because St. Lucia as a government itself, the people of St. Lucia contributed, as I've explained to you. I just finished explaining to you the process by which that flower came to bloom. Is a process by which things. So Rick is very wrong as far as that is concerned.
All right, thank you so very much. Because if I can just read to you what Rick Wayne wrote, and that's why I said, given the fact I haven't seen what he wrote.
Yeah,
can I read it for you?
Let me hear.
Yeah, can I read it for you? It's not very long. It's titled "Let's Get It Right." Due respect should be paid Julian Alfred for winning Olympic gold for St. Lucia, and for finally giving St. Lucian womanhood good reason to hold their heads high and to push the authorities to afford the young athletes she has inspired the opportunity at last to emulate her achievements. By the way, whatever monies our fake philanthropist politicians may have contributed toward Julian's success was the people's money. It did not come out of the pockets of our well-heeled, self-interested campaigners for office. And get it right, St. Lucia did not win Olympic gold. Julian Alfred did. The credit is all hers. Let us all, as proud fellow St. Lucians, celebrate Julian Alfred's incredible Paris performance. I don't know. It kind of looks like a mixed bag to me in terms of.
No. I don't think that Rick is correct there at all. At all. The St. Lucia government and the people of St. Lucia contributed significantly. Twatile, as I said, from Marsha, captured the young girl from the young point and saw the genetic potential that was there and nurtured it. And we contributed significantly. I disagree with Rick totally on that particular point. That the nation itself contributed to that flower blooming today.
Agreed.
I would say, of course, in his case, the nation did not have any part. He did it singly. I would give him that he himself did it singly, but not in this case. In this case, it was a combination, as I say, of nature and nurture. And the nurturing was done by St. Lucia, starting off with Twatile, and the contribution of the government of St. Lucia. We must never forget that. So Rick is very, very wrong as far as that is concerned.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Alex.
Yes.
All right. As a matter of I see he's writing that whatever monies were contributed were from the taxpayers' money and not from pocket. But I see
Shelton, the bottom line is.
But the fact is, Alan Chasney is claiming, or somebody's claiming on his behalf,
and it's
that he personally, contributed towards Julian in his pocket. He didn't want to say that.
So is he suggesting that you have to take, whether you take money out of your pocket or the taxpayers' money, which the allocation would have been there for youth development and sports, how it is used is what matters.
Exactly.
How it is used and the policies surrounding the use of, because the funds were very well there. The funds were there when Alan Chasney and the United Workers' Party stopped the 150 US allocation. But Shelton, moving on from that, we see a lot happening with this administration. We've made several achievements, great achievements in healthcare. I noted that, there's a letter circulating where the doctors or the representative for the Medical and Dental Association, they have their concerns, very serious concerns. And the question, people started coming up with all sorts of things. And I listened to the Prime Minister. I always use the Prime Minister as guidance for how we respond. And the Prime Minister in our SLPYO conference on Saturday said, we will do what is needed to ensure that the resources are allocated and the issues that the doctors face are addressed. Prime Minister did it with the police. Prime Minister has done it with teachers, and he will do it with the doctors and nurses. It is not a situation for us to cause division in terms of attacking doctors and say you shouldn't say and this, that and the other. There's an issue, and the government of St. Lucia has made a commitment to address them. And this is the type of leadership that is just so admirable. It's the type of leadership that when you see Honorable Philip JP and he comes out and he tells you, it doesn't matter which party you support, we are going to help you. These are things that change lives, Shelton. I have to make that appeal again. If you feel that your life is impacted in a positive way, or you feel some benefits that of an SLP administration's policy, come and join us on August 25th. Now, there's going to be a serious blitz from today onward. Honorable Sean Edward will be on a very popular talk show on Helen FM, What Makes You Mad with Stanley Lucian. He will be there from 9:30. He will be talking about education. He'll be talking about his constituency. He is also the second deputy leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party. That's tomorrow.
Okay.
He's going to be on at 9:30.
Yeah.
And I know you do your usual advocacy, but I'm just saying that the time has now come for us to really put our money where our mouth is, one. And because we have implemented some of these policies, the time has now come for us to move on from that. We've been able to set the ground in terms of laying the foundation for some of these issues that we want to deal with, some of these social issues. And now, Prime Minister did say it's a year of infrastructure. Now we are seeing some work going on. We have the Halls of Justice. The work at the Halls of Justice continues. We are seeing the near completion of Custody Suite Shelton. In case you haven't passed by recently, you should take a walk or take a drive. Maybe take some pictures and show your friends, because the Custody Suite will be complete very soon. Drug Squad building is almost complete. And I'm talking about the resources allocated to the police to ensure that we manage the crime situation that we have on our hands. And so just a few more things will be introduced to the public beginning tomorrow as we continue to prepare for the Walk of Progress. The General Secretary, Mr. Leo Clark, has said that is going to be the start of the campaign. August 25th is going to be the start of the campaign. And I see people ironing all kinds of shirts, going to make all kinds of outfits already, because it's like you feel in the campaign fever and you will do whatever it takes to ensure that we don't go back into that dark cloud of leadership, of administration that we were in under the United Workers' Party.
All right. How can St. Lucia utilize Julian Alfred's achievements to motivate St. Lucia's adolescent males and young men? Is a question that someone has sent me. Maybe you can chew on that and send in your suggestions, call in or message us your suggestions in that regard. Real Issues continues after this commercial break.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Issues at the start of another week on this Monday, August the 5th, 2024. The day after the weekend in which St. Lucia for the first time won an Olympic medal, not bronze, not silver, not starting there and working our way up. We entered right at the top. They say come out when you're on top. Not us, we enter to be on top. Later today we will know whether we're gonna storm our way. And I say we, you know already, once you see like that and so on, like some fellas in the days of World Cup and so on, when they're supporting Cameroon or Brazil and they're talking, that's where Nuka guys St. Lucian, talking about Nuka guys are, well, it's not Cameroon or Brazil we're supporting for, it's a St. Lucian we're supporting at the Olympics, a champion sprinter who already has taken the gold in the women's 100 meters and is now looking to do the same in the 200 meters. The semi-finalist today will know whether she's making it through to the final, and when she does, if anybody has any chance against her. We doubt it seriously. We have a St. Lucian who is out in the diaspora calling us from New York. Let's say good afternoon to the very well-known Reverend Deacon Bernard Haynes.
Good afternoon, Honorable Senator.
Good afternoon, Bernard.
And of course, Honorable Senator Mr. Jaya.
Good afternoon.
This morning I was taking my daughter to work. She told me, Daddy, St. Lucia should have stayed small. Because right now there, I don't know. I asked her why. I told her why you like that. She told me no, we should have stayed small. Because the ticket to St. Lucia is going up so high now. I want to go to them, but the ticket is too expensive. And I'm like, okay, well, something have to go. I rather have it. I rather go than the expensive ticket, but something have to go. But children, let me congratulate Julian Alfred. Let me congratulate the people of St. Lucia. Let me thank Puma. This morning I went and buy myself a liter of Puma because I want that funds to go to Julian Alfred. Yeah, I went and buy myself a liter of Puma Shelton. Yeah, let me thank the nutritionists, the doctors, the physios, all those people, make sure she was a fitness trainer, make sure everything was well. And I know we're doing the double. Come what may, I have my belief, Shelton. and it is that we are doing the label. Maybe someone bad. But children, let me give that one to Lisa Joy. When you go back to cabinet and resource or wherever you meet with the ministers, let them know for me. It is that ministers are going to give us. Let's do 10 more.
Say again. She didn't hear you well. Say again.
Okay. Now I said if that is what the minister's account is going to give us, when you meet up with the ministers in cabinet or wherever you meet up with them, let them know. Bernard Haynes said, if that is what the minister's account is going to deliver, let us have 10 more. Let us have 10 more because 10 schools for my wife ain't giving us nothing. But if that is what minister's account is giving, give us 10 more because we want 10 more gold medals. Children, I am jubilated, I am elated, I am
You saying that minister's account has produced and it has delivered, right?
Yeah. Children, it's not just produce and deliver. It got solutions together. It got the cry out of my heart. Children, we play. Children, do a video there. Children, we play away. Children, oh my God, I live to see that day, children. I live to see. Children, we have a Jamaican sweet. We have a club playing. We have support it. Children, total voice. It's still that time get going together. But when you're backing, extreme deep, to make it a little common, extreme more techno,
Madame question. Est-ce que là vous senti que Julian Alfred gagne goal ça là? Est-ce qu'il faut changer entre date yo ka 26 of July 2021 là où t'as no result pour Miku North? No, est-ce that any similarity at Southern Julian Alfred exalted en toile en équipe passé qui concerne Miku North côté à d'autres monde qui a senti yo fort tellement parce que toucher là yo ça fait ça yo blé yo ça dit ça yo blé yo ça dit qui gagne qui dans ça hein est-ce que ça aussi dit yeah
tous les démons à sortir du jam ouais vraiment des boulot hein pas des boulot ça je le éliminer sortir du jam mais c'est
D'accord.
26 of July 2021 mais là bagaille vraiment des boulot la balle que je me compte passer ça mais ça Julian là
ça Julian il clip ça
c'est le sentiment emotion actually was a booking gold share one weekend just no matter madame on a regardé en vidéo avec madame regardé it's 5 o'clock we cry what to cry for she will already after this but then but then tell me for people we can let me tell you that's my wife you know that's my solution
ça monde moi et nous aller nous pour pas quitter l'autre monde en chance ça Julian ça Miku North là local domestique mais ça Julian ça c'est un bail qui international global mais on monde moi est-ce que airport là Julian kaika touchdown dans cette lycée airport là nous ka redevelop nous ka faire nous ka complete en bas les bon il parle l'autre bagaille parce que nous supposons créer ça de Julian Alfred International Airport. C'est ça mon dit moi ça.
And the picture, the poster, the first thing that have to be visitors have to be Julian Alfred.
Yeah, okay, all right. Ma mon dit moi est-ce que airport ça fait you honor ça pavillon ça encore the Julian Alfred International Airport. C'est ça nous. Mais tout ça ça mon dit work of progress là ça fait part of it, okay?
Yes sir.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Any comments from your side?
Well, he's saying that if it's really a minister's account, then
we need more.
We need more of that.
Minister's account, it did deliver, it did produce.
How are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm doing okay. How about you?
Good afternoon.
You know what I think I would like to suggest to the government of St. Lucia because the performance of Julian Alfred is great for St. Lucia. I personally believe we see the roundabout just by the airport there. I think First National Bank should implement a big statue of Julian Alfred and put the big, you can put Julian Alfred world champion Olympics, and you can put the rings, the 3 big rings and everything. I think it is time to, our young people need to recognize, not just for today or for tomorrow and something, but years upon years. I think it's high time and something. We need to recognize our people. That will give our young people the opportunity to get back into sports. We need to have attraction for them. So that is what I believe should be done for her. And other thing, she has to pay nothing to go to no sporting activities. She has to have a pass, whether it's cricket or whether it's football, because she has done it for her. And even jazz, put her by, give it to her. Pierre, get the ball going. Thank you, Sheldon. All right.
All right, thank you very
That
much.
was simple. That was simple.
It was not simple. It would have been Peter the Great or something. There's a Peter Montagu called some kind. I wasn't too sure who was with us. But we have a call on the line. Let's take that call. Hello, hi caller.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Lisa.
Good afternoon.
So there I was when I saw Lisa, thinking that Lisa was coming in her capacity as a sportswoman, to discuss, that 10.72 seconds win for St. Lucia, the Caribbean. And my God, Shelton.
As a sports kisser.
Let me tell you
I know what my forte is, Shelton.
Shelton, at least you had the guts to watch the show and to watch the race. Martin Kuwaila. Mate Safe, I could not join watch parties. I could not watch it. I just wanted to hear the results for myself. I mean, after it was done, not that I didn't have faith that she would have won. I just could not stomach seeing it because and I would not want tears of pride to well up my eyes and that kind of thing, But Shelton, the one thing unifying this country, one act of unification of this country took place in 10.72 seconds. 10.72 seconds, significant, and St. Lucia is plastered all over the world. My God, I am so proud. I am so proud that you see the walk of progress. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. You see the brilliant work of the government. I can talk about that tomorrow. You see, today, let me tell you, St. Lucia was so proud. She started crying yesterday. She's still crying tears of joy today. And let me tell you, the electrification of that moment came in the form of thunder and lightning. Shelton, there's nothing more to see, nothing more to add. Congratulations to all.
You go.
Say again?
Let me tell you something before you go. If you see it's for that you cry, you still have a lot more crying to do, because today in the semi-finals and tomorrow in the finals, more tears of joy. So you just
wait, Shelton, you're trying to tell me if is for that I cry, then I have a lot of crying to do still. If it's for that I cry, let me tell you, Shelton, that is the one time I taking that one in the positive. Yes, Coco. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
All right, okay, thank you very much. All right. Hi, Shelton. I just want to clarify what Sir Khalid said regarding the Julian Alfred being the late Michael Hippolyte's granddaughter. She's not. Her brother is Michael's son. Her brother is my brother-in-law. I had to verify that info with my sister-in-law. Now, I didn't hear him say anything about Michael Hippolyte. I heard him talk about a Julian and so on, being her father or her grandfather or something like that, who used to go to college and was an athlete at that time and so on. I didn't hear the Michael Hippolyte part and so on. Hi, caller, you're on there. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Shelton. Good afternoon, Lisa.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shelton. I can hardly hear you,
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I will continue.
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Shelton, Saturday, as I got up and remembered that we had a hurricane on that very same day, some 40-something years ago. Just like our athlete came out and said that it was hers, I said to my brother and my grandson that was with me, I tell her today we win a medal. And we got that medal. But you know, for me, we must give Julian Alfred an honor that we who are here now can be satisfied with it. Our children can remember it, and our grandchildren and grandchildren can ask questions of it. I want the government to consider naming our international airport after Julian Alfred. People may say a school, people may say a playing field, but you know why I say the international airport? She did a very good job in her interviews in bringing St. Lucia forward. She did a very good job in winning her first medal for St. Lucia, and I wish that we would keep her name in a place that is international for us to get more tourists and to encourage more of our young people to get the name of some other great thing in this country. I end here. May God continue to bless your program, my brother. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Lisa, I think you were.
People are so excited about that, and I have seen so much. People say notions are not easy. There are some jokes going around Shelton, but in all seriousness, I can understand why people believe that some of these facilities need to be renamed. A lot of people have been asking for a statue, either at the cul-de-sac roundabout or at the Fiji roundabout, but something that is significant. Rest assured, the Prime Minister will give Julian her flowers while she's alive. It's not just because we've given her $250,000 in an allocation. It's not just because we've given her a diplomatic passport, but it is the work that she's been able to achieve for us, whatever she has done to get to this point today, and the legacy that she leaves behind, which is encouraging for our next generation. So we will allow Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre to say that. He has announced that there will be a holiday. He just has not said when. And of course, there was cabinet, or there is a cabinet session today. So we don't know if they're going to decide this today or if it's on the agenda for next Monday. There will be a holiday in her honor, and we will find out more about that very soon.
Okay, all right. We probably didn't want to put the holiday today because, you know, we're waiting for the second gold medal, you know. But once that second gold medal comes, don't be surprised, you know, last week, Thursday was Emancipation Day. I'll be surprised, you know, if this week Thursday turn out to be Julian Alfred Day. But don't go to work like this, Shelton, Daniel, and Gideon, and so on. All right. Miguel Fevrier, good afternoon. He says no. That's with reference to the suggestion about renaming Iwanora International Airport as Julian Alfred International Airport. He said no, unless it's Julian Alfred Iwanora International Airport. Let's not forget how important the name Iwanora is to us. Miguel, move there. You're right, you know, but at the same time, don't come and rain on any kind of parade there about Julian. It's Julian Mania. That's there right now. We're going to talk about the adding the Iwanora thing later. But don't come and rain on any kind of parade there, okay? Julian Mania, and don't come between it. But you're right. I agree. The removing of the historical names and so on, I've had a problem with it.
Like, have to
because there is too much history and too much of the narrative of who we are that is ensconced and embedded in those names that I don't think we should obliterate them like that, you know. There's too much that is in them and so on. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Yes, good afternoon, and how do you do, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, and you?
Good afternoon.
Man, and good afternoon, Lisa.
Hello.
Man, I find it's today, Monday, I catch my breath. From since Saturday, I've been wet in my bed. I just couldn't get over that. And everybody you know of, that's a solution that lives in Montreal. Man, they couldn't sit. Those who seated, they kicked their couch. People took off like they got a knockout in the head. Man, that was nice. That is something to talk about. We need to get our children into that and not into sports, because that is what we need to get them in, and not playing cowboy and crew in the streets. And I'm telling you, well-deserved gold. Absolutely. When I saw the hits, I said, okay. When I saw the final, I said, better yet. Up to now, the Americans have not gotten over it. Something doesn't add up. Something is not going well. They are bitter and angry because they feel they're entitled to everything. Well done, Juju. Well done, Juju. And any baby born between this month, between this week and next week, should be named Juju. That is a reminder. And she did it a good day on the 44th year of Hurricane Alan. Man. For the whole of this week, Richard. The whole of this week, I'm Shelton. I am wearing my national costume. I have more outfit of my national costume than anybody else. I know I was never wearing them, but from this week, yesterday, today, tomorrow, down to Saturday, I am dressed in white, black, blue, yellow, from my feet up to my head. And it ain't no joke. We should be proud of where we are now. And let's not give nobody who did not contribute towards what she wanted her goal to come and pretend like today the credit has to be theirs. Take a back seat, man, and shut your mouth and go wet your bed as you are used to wet it. Have a good day.
All right.
That caller is a damn proud Lucian over in Montreal.
Tell you what, the lotto might cut in anytime soon, okay? When it does, you can just fade out and bring it in, Jaquan, and then give us a couple minutes extra time. I suspect Lisa is very pressed and has to go. But whatever time. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, before you go, let me just tell you that the lotto which comes live might just cut in at any moment, okay? But Jaquan will have you to stay on the line to continue your contribution on the other side. But go ahead.
Yeah. Sheldon and Lisa, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This young lady has made us proud. I have played this thing over 100 times. In my opinion, this is the greatest.
Are you still there?
Numbers for the midday draw of Monday, 5th August 2024 were Double Daily Grand 2, 8, 9, 10. Big 4, 4, 7, 4, 1. Big 4 Multi-X 3X. Pick 2, 0, 1. Pick 2 Multi-X FP. 1 off 9, 4, 8. Lucky 3, 9, 2, 9. Lucky 3 Multi-X FP.
Now back to our...
All right, caller, are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue. Yeah, we're sorry we had to take the commercial break.
Sheldon, I said let's honor any citizen country to this country. Not that she's a good runner, but she's a good ambassador. Every interview, everywhere around I see in Paris, her answers were correct. She was gentle and polite. And not only that, she's good looking too. Jordan, all night I on TikTok. Went over and over. But about all that, I have to say our Prime Minister is a guy winner. With the carnival, a big success. He did jazz, a big success. He spent money on this girl, a big success. You cannot get one better than that. The dollar was well spent, so I call it the Gade. And I'm saying that as a St. Lucian has been abroad, under the stresses of abroad, and this girl has survived, like they call it Juju. I see the Jamaicans now adopt her as a cousin in Juju. That's very good. And it has united the Caribbean. It has wakened up our eyes to let us know that we can do it as good as many people over there and as good as they can. And it's an example for our young people after looking at this to say I can be there too. And it's a motivation, and I think she's going to go far. I am closing my eyes for tomorrow, the final, because I know she will qualify in the semi, but the final, I'm closing my eyes. I'm praying God that she gives us a double gold. When St. Lucians do it, we do it in gold style. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
All right,
caller. Thank you, caller.
Thanks
Well,
a lot.
Shelton, I know that we are wrapping up the show and we have to leave. But again, thank you for the opportunity always. I just want to continue to remind our brothers and sisters that the work that Julian Alfred was able to do and where she is today, it's because of all of your support and all of our efforts, combined efforts to helping her get here. And she has been carrying our flag. When you go on to Google and you search Julian Alfred, you see St. Lucia. When you go online and you search Paris Olympics, you see St. Lucia. When you Google fastest woman in the world, you see St. Lucia. And for me, that is the biggest thing ever. And just as Dr. Mondesi rightly said, her interview was just flawless. It's as if she has been a PR expert for a very long time, being able to answer the questions, not being sidetracked. She was asked, why do you think other the second and third place are not up there with you? And for her, it was focused as to her role at the time. And she continues to make me so very proud. She continues to make our people proud. We can't wait to welcome her back home. We look forward to hearing that. And we hope for a positive outcome today. We hope for a positive outcome tomorrow. But she is already our star. She's already our Olympic medalist. She's already our gold medalist. And so, Shelton, hats off to Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Dr. Mondesi say he's a gade. I always say he's just a master tactician at how he allocates his resources, what he prioritizes, and when he does. And for some reason, God continues to bless him that it works. It works for us. It works for his cabinet. And we continue to celebrate that victory that the people gave us. And it's not a victory that we will pause on. Protecting the victory means protecting the laptops that your child will get when they go to Form 1. Protecting the victory means that universal health coverage will continue. Protecting the victory means that thousands more young persons will have access to that $5,000 grant. This is what protecting the victory means. The mandate you gave the St. Lucia Labour Party when it assumed office to lead this country, to lead the people of St. Lucia, we will continue to protect that with all that we can, all that is legally possible, and all that is right. And in all the right ways, Shelton, we have to do that. So when people tell you, oh, but the campaign's supposed to stop, no. My role is continuous. The Labour Party did not pause when the SLP went into government. We did not pause. We are machinery. We are stronger than ever. We have a lot of people who are vying to be potential candidates. We have a lot of people who just want to be part of that movement. A lot of people believe in the fundamental principles of bread, justice, and freedom. And we are here to continue to push that. So once again, thank you to you. Thank you to the people of St. Lucia. And August 25th, 2:30 p.m., we are walking with our government.
All right. Let me just go through a couple of messages. Yes to renaming the airport. They can name a street or other building Hiwanora. Name the road behind the quarry that takes you to the main road Hiwanora. All right. Let's see what we have. Someone sent me a message. It's a little complex. It said, Shelton, if you know of Mr. Hippolyte Favre of Denry, a.k.a. Papol, and Maroda, yes, I know them. They're her great-grandparents. Wow. A lot of genealogies coming into play right now. Boapin Smedley Favre is her grandfather. And I agree with Miguel, read the inclusion of Julian Alfred in the name. All right. Okay, let's see if we can get... someone said Miguel is correct. That is with the inclusion of Hiwanora in the name. Did Miguel had anything further? No, he did not. Someone who had said about the Michael Hippolyte said Shadi, Julian, Michael, same person. Zokai commencé à faire mon tout dit actuellement et puis toute cette génération.
Family tree is really coming out. I hear you say something about Favre. Yeah. I won't be surprised if Miguel Favre posted Juju is his cousin. Miguel, good afternoon to you.
Miguel, if that's the case, I mean, you probably are a guy who have a lot of speed in you that you haven't discovered yet. So maybe it's time to, get on the tracks and find your true destiny or something like that, if that is it. All right, folks, there's just so many messages there that we can't possibly begin to go through them. Thank you very much for those of you who've been on the Facebook Live. I haven't been able to turn to you, but I know that you're keeping each other well supported and well energized, and that too is part of the family that we have built for real issues and so on. Your support is always appreciated. Once again, Senator Lisa Jawari, thank you so very much for being our guest once again, for your invaluable contribution. Jaquan, another great job at the controls and with the calls, and everyone, let's hope and wish and expect the best, for the semi-final, 2:45, not very long from now, this afternoon, that Julian will be in it again, to see. To me, it's not a matter of whether she's going to make it through to the final. It's make it through to the final with what kind of credentials of the performance and so on. Because if you put in a spanking performance in the semi-final, the other people, when you see they come to that final, they have to have blood in already. Any chance they have that they might probably win you and so on. I think, just seeing your performance in that, you say, oh my goodness, there's nothing we can do. It don't matter. However we get it, if we get 2 goals, that's will. That's will. And I think that holds for all of us. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your Monday very safely, very enjoyably. And I do hope, come this afternoon, short time from now, 2:45, that it will not just be for safety and for peace and all of that. It will be an absolute triumph. I am waiting to hear those cheers and those shouts erupt, at the Derek Walcott Square in Grosile. In fact, I expect to hear all the way. I'm telling about 91.5 South and so on. Babes 91.5. Oh, go deep bouillon tête magasoti at Independence Square. V4. John McCasterry. That is what I expect. So everyone, bye for now. Hold strain. We are one people and we are united, especially when we have that kind of achievement to rally around. Shelton Daniel signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issue.